A short disclaimer that we will share some information from public media about some organizations. Again, purpose here is to share that information as is, to draw some awareness. The speakers, myself and Sumit, does not hold any conclusions or do not have any opinion on the liability, culpability, or we'll get started with some stories. As we talk about this subject, it makes sense to go through some stories. So you all know Cognizant, right? I'm showing you a news item, that Cognizant, corporation, the US listed corporation, has agreed to pay 25 million US dollars. Why? They agreed to pay this to settle the charges that they had, that it violated the US FCPA, where two of the company's former executives, their CEO and their global general counsel, their chief legal officer, they were alleged to have facilitated payments of millions of dollars of bribe to an Indian government official, right? This was alleged, and you can see here that the names of their global president and legal officer is there in the news item. The allegation was that they facilitated millions of dollars of bribe to an Indian government official in Chennai. Between Chennai and Pune, they were going to construct several lakh square feet of office premises, for which they needed some permits, and it looks like a bribe was paid as an allegation there. They settled these charges by paying this $25 million as a penalty, and this is a news item in 2019. Now you may be wondering, this seems to be dated. Why you are showing us here? First reason is this has happened in Chennai, this has happened in India, and a alleged transaction of bribery has dragged in such senior executives that they had to lose their jobs. Fast forward August 2024. This is the news. Again, this is in Mint. This is in public media. Mr. Subramaniam, who is the chairperson of L&T, one of the most reputed infrastructure company in India, he has been summoned to depose before the US investigation authorities to ascertain whether there was any role of L&T in the alleged issue, where they said that certain purchase orders were utilized to create some funds, and whether any facilitation was assisted from the side of L&T. Again, there is no conclusion. Now, the reason Mr. Subramaniam is now called, because back then when this issue happened, he was the head of the construction business of L&T, and now he's the chairperson. Indian government and US government has certain treaties under which they are trying to secure the presence, and this news has come. Now, in all probability, L&T did their right thing and supported the construction project, but as a part of investigation, now this is a pain point for such a senior executive to go and depose before the authority. This is a news item, right? This is first story. All of us know Cadbury, right? Now this is the second story that has come in Economic Times. Again, in January 2017, again, Securities and Exchange Commission, the US stock market regulator, which is one of the regulatory body under the law, they have charged Mondelez with poor internal controls, and Mondelez agreed to pay 13 million US dollars, approximately 90 crore rupees, without admitting or denying the charges, right? That, as mentioned here. And the charges were what? Charges were that they paid a consultant who was suspected to have bribed the government officials and possibly some state level politicians for what? For obtaining licenses and approvals for a chocolate factory in Baddi in Himachal Pradesh, right? Again, what happened there was the allegation was, set up, against them. Investigation might have taken place. At one point, they decided that they would like to resolve this investigation by paying a penalty without admitting or denying the liability, right? Again, this is a possibility under FCPA. This is not a possibility under Prevention of Corruption Act. But the reason I'm showing this is, again, this has happened in India. Mondelez has Indian subsidiaries. They have executives working in India, and a lot of people got impacted as a result of this investigation. This came widely in public media. You can see the Economic Times news item. This is the second example. And then, again, you can see here, this news item continues. There is a civil penalty that was, that they have agreed to pay. And allegations were about, alleged bribery for setting up a chocolate factory. Stryker is a reputed spine and orthopedic company, reputed US company. And again, this has come in public media that the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, they have charged Stryker for violating books and records provisions of FCPA. And basically, Stryker agreed to settle the charges and pay a 7.8 million US dollar penalty. Again, SEC's order found that Stryker's internal accounting controls were poor, and in number of countries, including India, China, Kuwait, they failed to maintain complete and accurate books and records of all the financial transactions that they were doing. Again, you can go through more details of this news item through a public media, where this was the second time Stryker was investigated in their history, and second time it was alleged that they had poor controls. Again, Stryker went ahead and settled, and I know that Stryker made significant investments in improving their compliance program, significant investments in compliance resources. They have gone ahead country by country to train their third parties associates, and they have improved their control environment to make sure that they're able to gain their reputation, the reputation that they have for their strong products, they also have for doing the business in a clean way. Now, all these examples will show you how FCPA can have an impact on India, right? It can have an impact on various stakeholders in India, and it can create significant reputational risk, financial risk, business continuity risk, and customers will have a question mark whether they would like to be associated with this product or not. Consumers will have a question mark whether they are buying the right product, whether there is the right quality. It can raise a number of questions.
Welcome to Complinity Technologies. Complinity is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. Complinity is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000+ laws and 24,000+ compliances, all in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities, is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose Complinity every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use Complinity. Automating your compliance management. Request a demo at complinity.com.